In front of us, we have your CV axle. I'm zooming in on the bolts around the exterior of the axle. There are 6 of those bolts. They need to be torqued down to 58 foot-pounds. What happens is that over time, those bolts slowly become loose, literally to the point where you could hand tighten them. That's how loose they can get. Simply by torquing these 6 bolts down on both sides, your driver's side and your passenger side, it's going to make steering much smoother, a much more enjoyable experience driving your Hummer H2. Next, we have the most underrated upgrade on your entire vehicle. It's called a bump stop. You can see it's tan or it's yellowish, and then it's been spray painted black just because I've been spray painting my frame. With that being said, I would be willing to bet that 90% of you, if you look underneath your vehicle and check for that bump stop, it's not going to be there. The reason is that over time, they deteriorate, they break up, and the only thing that's left is the metal frame that it is, I guess, bolted onto. You have to tilt the steering wheel and come in from above, use an extension, jack up your vehicle, and then you'll be able to install, remove the old piece and then install the new bump stop. That bump stop, that little piece right there, I'm gonna come up real quick. Hold on. All right. That bump stop that I've just showed you guys affects all aspects of your vehicle. What happens is that, I'm going back and forth. Here we go. What happens with that bump stop? The frame, let me get in better position. The frame of your vehicle when you're driving, okay, it's going like this. All right, it's going up and down, up and down. So what happens is that actually puts wear and tear on your engine and actually transmission as well. It causes your transmission to work harder, your engine to work harder, affects gas mileage, everything. All right, so you want to increase the overall efficiency of your H2, get it running smoother. You want better acceleration. Just installing those bump stops is going to make an incredible difference. What it's actually happening now for most of you guys without those bump stops is that your H2 is actually smacking down on the bottom of the suspension frame. It can cause more damage down there. So look into those bump stops. All right, now the bump stops are actually located on the rear as well. This is what a rear bump stop looks like. They're located about right here. All right, somewhere around here. Now what can happen on the rear is that over time the rust buildup on the actual undercarriage, it kind of surrounds the piece and the whole assembly unit falls out. So I actually have the original stock bump stops in, and probably see everything that my hand's covering it's kind of more or less been chewed off over time. So again, check your bump stops in the rear. They may be completely gone and you may be unaware of that. So simply just by installing these bump stops on the front of your vehicle and on the rear of your vehicle is going to make a massive improvement. Now, if they're already on the rear, I probably wouldn't mess with it. If you feel that you're not going to be able to get this piece back in, all right, don't do it. So that's what I did. I left the original OEM ones that are on there. They're rough around the edges, but they get the job done. All right, let me take a look at my iPad, what I have for you guys. Oh, temperature needs to cool down before we can move on. Okay, that's fine. O2 sensors. All right, coming underneath here. Here we go. Oh, smacking my head. Here we go. Where are they? There it is. Okay. All right. You've got O2 sensors on both sides. All right. These take fuel trim readings. All right. What happens over time is they get gummed up and they need replaced. It's a real pain in the butt to get them off. I use PB Blaster. I mean, you're gonna have to soak those. You might have to soak them for days. And then this is the actual tool that you use. This is a specially designed tool to remove those sockets. So you slide it on, then you jam it. There's a wiring running from that. It's only a few inches. Follow the wire, disconnect it. There's a safety pin, pull that out. You get those new O2 sensors installed. That's going to, affect fuel trim, acceleration. So they can actually be a real pain in the butt removing those. So something to keep in mind. Now, this is a torque wrench. This is my favorite tool in my bag. It's a DeWalt torque wrench. If somebody had to ask me what was my favorite tool in my tool bag, I would say it's the torque wrench. You're going to need one of these to torque down those CV axle bolts that I had mentioned earlier. This tool, I have used this tool all over my Hummer H2. It's paid dividends. It's paid for itself a million times over. You want to make sure you buy a high quality torque wrench, because some of these torque wrenches fail. They don't give you accurate readings. So 58 foot-pounds. Okay, moving on. I want to talk to you guys about my drill that I use. It's a DeWalt drill. Again, it's been a great tool. I couldn't find it. I've talked about that in the past too, is making sure that you keep your tools organized, guys. But this is another tool that I want to talk about. I didn't know about this for years. So what this is you can actually plug this adapter into your drill, and then you can put on sockets on the end of your drill. So you have the electric power. This, I think it was like a $10 or $20 set. This is, again, one of the best upgrades that I have. There's a DeWalt set that I use. Overall, it's been an incredible set. I do recommend finding a good tool set. I'm going to give you guys links to all the products that I used, all the tools that I used. I do recommend picking up at an industrial size, I think a WD-40. It's good to keep on hand, especially with getting some of these pipes back on. They slide on a lot better when you have this WD-40. For those of you who've been sticking with me when it came to the power steering install, these are actually some tools I didn't get to show you guys, but you can see how the tool is kind of going up and down. I don't know what these are actually called, but if you find a set like this, I bought these at Napa. It's got 18 on one end, 16 on the other. Funny enough, I remember when I bought these, and the guy behind the counter was like, "Those are $20 a tool." And I bought them because he was just giving me like a look like, how can you afford that? I'm like, I bought a bunch of these sets. Funny enough, I've talked about this. When you guys go tool shopping, I've said this before, I bought these tools like 3 years ago. They sat there in my tool chest for 3 years. I said, you know what? They look good. They're going to come in handy. What do you know? It took almost 3 years, but I needed them and they worked out fantastic. So something to keep in mind. What else do I have for you guys? I recommend picking up, this is Gorilla Tape. This is really heavy duty. For those of you guys that have been sticking with me in the water leak series, you saw I use this stuff. You can often find really good uses for this stuff. Some of these pipes, or some of these, not pipes, but brackets have actually broken. And I just use this to hold some pieces down. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below.